My girlfriend's text hit my phone like a bombshell. I catfished your sister, pretending to be you, to find out if she talks trash about me. She does, BTW. My response? A single word. Creative. What followed was an expose to my entire family, complete with screenshots of her fake profile designed to sow discord. When my sister's lawyer slapped her with a cease and desist for identity theft and defamation, the real drama began. I, a 31-year-old male, was deep into quarterly reports when my phone buzzed. It was Natalie, 29, my girlfriend of 18 months, and my roommate for 6. Her message, "So I have something to confess. I made a fake profile pretending to be you and messaged your sister to see what she really thinks about me. Spoiler alert, she talks mad trash about me behind your back. Screenshots attached if you want proof of what your precious family really thinks." I stared, rereading the message 3 times to grasp its absurdity. My girlfriend had impersonated me online, manipulating my sister into divulging private thoughts. 7 screenshots followed, revealing exchanges between the fake me and my sister Brooke. The fake me had asked leading questions about Natalie, and Brooke's replies, though not malicious, were certainly critical. She's controlling. I don't think she's good for you. She isolates you from everyone. My reply, creative. Then, I began my own meticulous documentation, screenshotting everything, her confession, the fabricated conversations, the works. I logged onto Facebook on my laptop. Sure enough, there was a profile bearing my name and photos, lifted from my own account, created 3 weeks prior, already friended by several family members. I leaned back, trying to process this. This wasn't just bizarre. It was deeply invasive, verging on illegal. 20 minutes later, Natalie texted again, "That's all you have to say? Your sister is poisoning everyone against me and you say creative?" I shot back, "You committed identity theft to manipulate my family. Yes, creative is the word." She countered, "I did it for us to show you how two-faced they are. You did it because you're paranoid and controlling." Brooke was right. Her next question was accusatory. "Are you seriously taking her side after what she said?" My reply was firm. "I'm taking the side of not committing fraud to spy on my family. We're done." "You're not seriously breaking up with me over this," she protested. "Watch me." I immediately called Brooke. "Hey, quick question. Have I been messaging you lately about Natalie?" "Yeah, actually, you were being weird about it." "Why? That wasn't me. Natalie made a fake profile." Silence, then an incredulous, "Are you kidding me right now?" "Nope, she just confessed. Sending you screenshots now." The family group chat exploded, a chorus of outrage. Update 1. Natalie's catfishing scheme exposed, the fallout was swift and intense. Within the hour, my mom, dad, Brooke, and my other sister, Emma, 26, were all blowing up my phone, not at me, but at the sheer audacity of the situation. Brooke was particularly incensed. "She pretended to be you. She tricked me into private conversations. That's so violating." My mom was ready for battle. "That girl is psychotic." "Change your locks today." Dad, ever the pragmatist. "This might be illegal. Document everything." Then things got serious. Brooke's husband, Tom, a corporate lawyer, called me directly. "Hey man, this is actually serious. She committed identity theft, possibly fraud, and definitely defamation if she's spreading those private conversations around. Has she done anything else?" That question sparked a chilling realization. I checked our shared laptop, which I'd bought. Natalie was logged into her email. An invasion of privacy, perhaps, but after her admission, I felt justified. What I discovered was far worse than expected. She hadn't just catfished Brooke. She'd engaged in similar fake conversations with Emma, my cousin Janet, and 3 of my friends, all while impersonating me, all aimed at digging up dirt on herself. It was as if she were meticulously building a case against anyone who didn't adore her. The most disturbing find, an email draft to my boss, in my name, complaining about workplace stress and inquiring about mental health leave, dated yesterday. It hadn't been sent, but it was poised, ready to go. I screenshot every single piece of evidence. That evening, Natalie arrived home, takeout from my favorite spot in hand, feigning normalcy. "Hey babe, got your favorite?" Figured we should talk about earlier. "I know I messed up, but..." "Natalie, you need to leave." Her face instantly contorted. "Excuse me?" "You heard me. Pack your stuff and get out." You can't kick me out. I live here. I have rights. Your name isn't on the lease. You're a month-to-month guest at best, and you just admitted to multiple counts of identity theft. Her demeanor shifted from sweet to venomous. You'd really throw away our relationship over one mistake? One mistake? You catfished my entire family. You were drafting emails to my boss as me. This isn't one mistake. It's a pattern of insane behavior. I was trying to protect us! From what? My family having private opinions? Everyone's allowed to have thoughts, Natalie. What they're not allowed to do is steal identities to spy on those thoughts. She started crying, but it was an angry, not a sad cry. Your family has always hated me. They've been trying to break us up from day one. No, they've been concerned about red flags. Red flags like this. And you just proved them right in the most spectacular way possible. She furiously started texting on her phone. Fine, but I'm not leaving tonight. I have tenant rights. You need to give me 30 days notice. Actually, I countered, pulling up my phone, according to the lease agreement you signed as an extended guest, I can revoke your stay with 72 hours notice if you engage in illegal activity or endanger the welfare of other residents. Identity theft counts. She glared. You planned this. No, Natalie, you planned this when you decided to catfish my family. I'm just better at reading contracts than you are at covering your tracks. Her phone rang. Her mom. She answered on speaker. Mom, he's kicking me out over nothing. What do you mean nothing? Her mom's voice crackled. I just made a fake profile to see what his family really thought. You what? Her mom's voice shot up 3 octaves. Natalie Marie, that's illegal. What is wrong with you? Even her own mother wasn't on her side. Beautiful. Natalie hung up and turned back to me. This is ridiculous. I'll stay with Megan tonight, but we're not done talking about this. We're definitely done. You have 72 hours to get your stuff out. I'll be changing the locks Monday morning. She grabbed an overnight bag, haphazardly tossing items in, muttering ungrateful, controlling, and psycho family. As she left, she turned at the door. You're going to regret this. Your family just manipulated you into ruining the best thing in your life. No, I said calmly. You manipulated yourself out of a relationship by being absolutely unhinged. Goodbye, Natalie. She slammed the door. I immediately installed a doorstop security bar I'd bought on my lunch break, leaving nothing to chance. 10 minutes later, my phone exploded with texts from her friends. Apparently, she was painting me as abusive and controlling, claiming I was choosing my toxic family over her. Time to play offense. Update. 2. Saturday morning brought 23 text messages, 8 missed calls, and a deluge of social media notifications. Natalie had unleashed a full-blown scorched earth campaign overnight. The social media assault began with posts on Facebook, Instagram, and even TikTok, according to my cousin, portraying me as emotionally abusive, claiming I'd thrown her onto the streets because she'd uncovered my family's bad-mouthing. No mention of fake profiles, identity theft, or the attempted email to my boss. Of course, her friends were all too eager to chime in. Men are trash. Sue him for illegal eviction. You deserve so much better. Queen. But Natalie made a critical error. She forgot about our mutual friends. My buddy Derek commented, "Didn't you tell me last week you were thinking about checking his sister's messages somehow?" Natalie deleted his comment within minutes, but I'd already screenshotted it. Time for phase 2 of my counterattack. I created a simple Google Drive folder containing everything. Her original confession text, screenshots of all the fake profiles, the catfished conversations with my family, the draft email to my boss, Derek's deleted comment, and the lease agreement proving she was a guest, not a tenant. I shared it with select individuals, my family, close friends, and most importantly, Tom, Brooke's lawyer husband. Tom called within the hour. Okay, this is worse than I thought. The fake email to your boss could be considered attempted fraud and definitely defamation. The identity theft is a federal crime, technically. Brooke wants to pursue this legally. Really? She's furious. Someone violated her trust, used her private thoughts against her, and tried to destroy her relationship with you. She wants consequences. While I was on the phone with Tom, Natalie arrived at the apartment with 3 friends and her brother, Rick. I watched the documentation through the cracked door, the security bar still firmly in place. The female officer reviewed everything and nodded. Ma'am, she said to Natalie, he's given you 72 hours notice as required by your guest agreement. You need to leave and return at the agreed time. But he's keeping my property, Natalie protested. He's allowing you to retrieve it Monday. That's reasonable. If you don't leave now, we'll have to cite you for trespassing. Rick tried to get aggressive. This is bullshit. The male officer interrupted. I suggest you escort your sister away from the property now. They left, but not before Natalie screamed, You're going to pay for this! The officers gave me their cards, advising me to document any further contact as potential harassment. Sunday was relatively calm until evening. That's when Natalie made her biggest mistake. She created another fake profile, this time pretending to be my sister Brooke, and started messaging my friends, spreading vile lies about me, a drinking problem, unpaid debts, worries about my mental health. One problem, she messaged my friend Alex, who was literally sitting next to me watching the game when the messages came through. Dude, Alex showed me his phone. Your sister is messaging me some weird stuff about you. I looked at the messages. The account was created that day, the profile picture lifted from Brooke's Instagram. That's not Brooke, I said, immediately texting my sister. Brooke confirmed she hadn't messaged anyone. We now had irrefutable proof Natalie was still creating fake profiles, still committing identity theft, and now actively defaming both me and my sister. Tom was notified immediately. His response, she just made this so much worse for herself. Monday morning arrived. I'd taken the day off work, and the locks were changed at 8 a.m. sharp, with a locksmith present as a witness. At 10 a.m., Natalie showed up with a full moving truck and 6 people. I had 3 friends with me, including Derek, who was filming everything. I stood in the doorway. You can take your clothes, your personal items, your laptop, and anything you can prove you purchased. Nothing else. I purchased half of everything. She screamed, Really? Show me receipts. She couldn't because she hadn't. I'd paid for almost everything in the apartment. The few things she had bought, some kitchen gadgets, a throw pillow, her PlayStation, I'd already boxed up and placed by the door. Her brother Rick tried to push past me to get to the TV. She uses this TV, so it's half hers. No, I said firmly, Derek still filming. I bought that TV 6 months before she moved in. I have the receipt. It took 2 hours of her attempting to claim ownership of everything from my coffee maker to my couch. But eventually, she left only with what was actually hers, which filled maybe half of the moving truck she'd rented. As she was leaving, she hissed at me, This isn't over! I'm going to make your life hell. Natalie, I said calmly, you've been committing identity theft. You've been defaming my family. You tried to contact my employer fraudulently. If anyone's life is about to become hell, it's yours. Tuesday morning, Tom sent the cease and desist letter. It was a masterpiece. 3 pages of legal language essentially stating, stop impersonating family members. Stop defaming them. Stop all contact or face criminal and civil charges. It was sent to her apartment, her work, and her parents' house where she was now staying, according to mutual friends. Wednesday, I got a call from an unknown number. It was Natalie's mom. Please, she pleaded, please don't let them prosecute her. She's young and stupid and in love. She's 29, I replied. She's old enough to know that identity theft is a crime. She's getting help. I'm making her see a therapist. That's great. She needs it, but it doesn't undo what she did. What will it take to make this go away? She needs to delete all fake profiles. Stop all contact with me and my family. Post a public admission and apology for the lies she spread about me. And sign an agreement to never contact any of us again. I'll make sure she does it. By Thursday, Natalie had posted a vague apology. I let my emotions get the best of me in my recent breakup. I said things that weren't true, and I apologized to anyone who was affected. Not exactly what I wanted, but Tom said it was enough of an admission to use against her if she tried anything else. Final update. 3 months have passed since the catfishing incident, and I finally have closure to share. About 2 weeks after the cease and desist letter, Natalie, it seems, couldn't help herself. She created yet another fake profile, this time pretending to be a potential employer, and reached out to my sister Brooke, a graphic designer, about a job opportunity. The plan, apparently, was to waste Brooke's time, build up her hopes, then ghost her, except Brooke was suspicious from the start. The company had no real web presence. The email came from a Gmail account, and the writing style felt familiar. She played along just long enough to gather evidence, including getting them to send a contract that had metadata showing it was created on Natalie's computer. That was the last straw. Tom filed a police report for criminal harassment and identity theft. The police took it seriously, especially with the mountain of evidence we'd compiled. Natalie was arrested at her parents' house. Her mom called me crying, begging me to drop the charges. I reminded her that it wasn't up to me. Brooke was the victim here, and she was done. The case moved forward. Natalie was charged with identity theft, cyberstalking, and harassment. She tried to play the victim in court, claiming she was heartbroken and not thinking clearly, but the judge wasn't buying it. The sheer volume of fake profiles, the calculated nature of the schemes, and the fact that she continued after receiving a cease and desist letter demonstrated a clear pattern of malicious behavior. She pleaded guilty to avoid jail time, but received 2 years probation, 200 hours of community service, mandatory therapy, a restraining order preventing her from contacting me, my family, or creating any fake profiles, and $5,000 in restitution to Brooke for legal fees and emotional distress. But here's the best part. Remember that email draft to my boss? My company's IT department conducted an audit after I reported it, and they discovered she had attempted to access my work email from our shared laptop. She had failed thanks to two-factor authentication, but the attempts were logged. My company pressed charges for attempted unauthorized access to their systems, a federal offense. She ended up pleading that down as well, but it added another year of probation and effectively killed any chance of her getting a job in her field, marketing, because she now has a record for cyber crimes. Last I heard through the grapevine, she's working retail while living with her parents. Her friend group imploded when the court documents became public record. Her mom made her delete all social media as a condition of living at home. She's been telling people I ruined her life over a prank. Meanwhile, my life has significantly improved. Brooke and I are closer than ever, bonding over shared trauma. I even got a promotion at work, partly because my boss was impressed with how I handled the security threat. I'm dating someone new, Amy, who thinks the whole story is wild but appreciates that I have clear boundaries. My family has adopted "Don't Pull a Natalie" as shorthand for doing something insanely stupid. The funny thing is, if Natalie had simply accepted that Brooke didn't like her and either worked to improve that relationship or accepted it wouldn't happen, none of this would have occurred. Instead, she committed multiple crimes trying to prove what? That my sister had opinions. That family members don't always love their siblings' partners. She fabricated evidence of people disliking her, then made it a self-fulfilling prophecy by being absolutely unhinged. To anyone dealing with a similar situation, document everything. Don't engage with crazy. Just protect yourself legally and trust